Hello again, my dear viewers. We are continuing our coverage for the 1st of March. In my next overview, apologies for the delay, I've been incredibly busy. With all these television channels, it's really exhausting. Some folks I need to ignore, not answer calls. But anyways, this next release will be about the operative situation that played out today on the war front in Ukraine. And with that being said, another incredible event came up today that I'd like to comment on. From the south, what we expected was confirmed. A Russian column was seen in the northern front of Podoliaka, in the north of the Nikolaev region. It seems apparent that the troops are not going to Nikolaev, but are rather going around it to enter the Odessa region from the north, and not depend on the Nikolaev bridge, which could just be destroyed. From what I understand, this is not the only column here. There's likely another one headed from Kherson in the direction of Krivoy. As I understand, today Russian troops will enter the Dnepropetrovsk territorial region. Though they won't be at Krivoy anytime soon, nonetheless they'll be present in the outer post of it. What's remarkable is this. I mentioned a few days ago, after the Battle of Kherson, Ukraine no longer has battle-ready units in this region. There is no longer any evidence of there being any resistance to the movement of the Russian troops. The maximum is resistance in heavily populated urban areas. Kherson is being cleared with relative peace. There were a few moments of access where weapons needed to be used, but overall the city is being secured with relative ease. As of 1500 hours Moscow time today, the majority of the city has been secured by Russian troops. The downtown still hasn't been, but that's now only a question of time. It's apparent that nobody is going to put up any serious resistance in Kherson. And this is considering the hysteria blown up by the territorial nationalists in the area. The sentiment has died out quite decisively. A lot of the conversation about getting together, taking arms and fighting for the country is fuel for the camera reel. But when the time real battle comes, 90% of these heroes somehow disappear. I'll repeat, the heart of the matter is territorial militia defense, applicable to the south and western parts of Ukraine, not on-duty soldiers. Now let's return to what's happening. You can see a stronghold being developed around Nikolaev, with a further goal of reaching the Pridnestrovsky region to cut Odessa from the mainland, and subsequently cutting Ukraine from the sea. To note again, there do not appear to be any units posing a threat to Russian troops moving freely through these regions swiftly. The biggest problem for the Russian troops is just the vast distances they need to cover and keeping them supplied. Also today everyone saw how Russia went to a completely new tactic of moving their military columns. Now each column is covered by combat helicopters, limiting Russian casualties significantly during the changes in position. What's left to assume is that the Ukrainian anti-air capabilities have been taken out almost completely. The official number of planes lifted was only 6. And as it appears, the bulk of flight-capable planes were either taken out or not even trying. This gives Russian aviation free rein to work in peace, reflecting in the speed of deployments and in casualty numbers immediately. That's what's going on in the Nikolaevsk. Well, now we can call it the Nikolaevsk-Odessa direction. Next, let's look at the region of Zaporozhye. For now, there don't seem to be any Russian troops in the region proper, but in the light of yesterday's event, we can expect them to be there by evening time today. For now, we do not have enough information about how quickly the Russian units are moving to cut off the main Ukrainian stronghold outside of Donbass. But considering the Russian aviation is controlling all the roadways, I've sorted out the situation in Kramatorsk. And in reality, no annihilation of a Russian column occurred. There were some losses, but it wasn't a total loss by any means. But there is a command given to stop the Ukrainian retreat from Kramatorsk. So now, the Ukrainian columns in the Donbass region aren't going anywhere. Ukrainian military headquarters came to the realization that these units would be destroyed in a retreat scenario. And because of that, they've been told to hold on there and fight to the end. Though considering Ukrainian military losses up to this point, the desire to fight is waning more and more. The main fighting forces in Kramatorsk are motivated by lines of nationalists standing behind them, guns aimed forward with the goal of fighting off the panic on the front lines. We all know what that means. In Mariupol, there's the continuation of the siege of the city. Well, I'm not sure, but considering how Azov has fortified the city, I don't think it'd be resolved by today. But in Volnovakha, DNR troops are securing the area, so we can say that for Volnovakha it's all done. What we can expect next is the movement from the Russian army from there towards Dobropilya to help close the circle around the Donbas regiment. Moving on to Kharkov, the morning strike on a stronghold there brought serious damages to the building and destroyed a significant portion of, as one might call, terror defense supplies, and many soldiers died or were injured. When the strike hit, there was a significant congregation of soldiers there. The main objective of this operation was to cripple the main point of resistance in Kharkov. Battles are continuing there. We are waiting on updates. In terms of Kyiv, for now no serious engagements are seen. The engagements leading up haven't moved the lines much. We'll stay tuned for any updates. Hopefully in the evening I'll let you know what and how is happening there. That's it for what concerns the situation on the front lines. And for now, what I was teasing at the start of the video. In the Kupen, Berdyansk and Kharkov regions, there was a meeting of Ukrainian patriots. You can find the video on my Telegram channel. Less than 100 people got together. Nothing extraordinary until a car showed up with Russian markings, and the mob destroyed it. After this, the mob dissolved. What is this telling us? The majority of the population are actively not resisting. Of course, they may have different opinions, but active resistance is being put up by only a small minority. Kherson also showed this. While that's only the south and eastern regions. As Russians move further west, the situation will change. Nonetheless, the picture painted by Kyiv news sources is somewhat misleading. It's no surprise why today, Ukrainian media announced for citizens to prepare for Russian disinformation campaigns. This also may hint at the news coming up of a massive surrender of Ukrainian forces being captured in Donbas. Because once they are cut off from the mainland, they will likely surrender. Resistance is futile for them. That's it for now. Here are some housekeeping notes.